Hey, what's up guys? My name is Andrew. Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be revisiting high yield savings accounts. Now, if you watched my previous video back in June of 2020, you may have realized that the interest rates are not the same. That's because the video was uploaded like 5 months ago, and in YouTube time, that's like ancient history. On top of that, during the time of filming that video, interest rates started to slowly decline on high yield savings accounts. Even though the federal funds rate reached an all-time low at 1/4 of a point 2.5 months previous of making that video. And historically, banks adjust these account interest rates the day of or the day after the Federal Reserve announces these changes. But in this case, it didn't really happen the way I intended, so that's kind of the reason why I'm making this video. So today's video is going to be a new list of the best high yield savings accounts. And just as a side note, interest rates will stay the same until 2023. So this means the interest rate on the high yield savings accounts will stay relatively the same. But before we get into the video, make sure you hit that like button, make it turn blue. It massively helps out my channel and it's absolutely free, so why not do it? Unless you actually dislike this video, well then, yeah, still like the video. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell if you want to keep up to date with all of my videos. Let's get right into the video. First up, we have Vio Bank, and they have a really compelling account with an APY of 0.66%. All you need is a minimum of $100 to deposit into the account in order to get started. There are no account management fees, and you do get access to features like mobile check deposits, CDs, and you are FDIC insured up to $250,000. The biggest downside to this bank is that it's not the most competitive interest rate, but it's still well above the national average, and that is 0.05%. So Vio Bank is 13 times more than the national average. Next up, we have Citibank, and they are a step up from Vio Bank, offering an interest rate APY of 0.7%. There is no minimum deposit required, but there is an account management fee of $4.50 per month if you have a balance below $500. So as long as you have a balance above that, then it should be waived and you shouldn't have any account fees. It is FDIC insured up to $250,000, and you do get access to ATMs, CDs, checking accounts. So it is a full-on bank and it's way more versatile. The only downside is it's not available in all the zip codes. So you do have to do a little bit of digging to see if it's available in your location. Next up, we have a bank that offers an APY of 0.8%. and that is ConnectOne Bank. They offer no account management fees, and it is FDIC insured up to $250,000. They will require a $2,500 minimum bank deposit, and you have to maintain that balance in order to maintain the APY of 0.8%. As for the pros, you do get access to CDs, mobile check deposits, and the interest rate is very competitive. For cons, it's relatively subjective. If you think $2,500 is a lot, then that might potentially be a con for you. For the next two accounts, we have some of the most competitive rates on the market. The first one being Affirm, and they offer a 1% APY, no account management fees, no minimum deposits, and it is FDIC insured up to $250,000. The only downside to Affirm is that you have to do everything on your phone or on the mobile app, so there's no desktop interface. And on top of that, everything is exclusively online, so you will need a traditional bank institution like Bank of America or like Wells Fargo, and then you have to transfer that balance into a firm's savings account, which is kind of counterintuitive, but I think the interest rate kind of makes up for it. Also, the last thing I do want to mention is that the company was founded by Max Levchin, who was one of the co-founders of PayPal, and Affirm recently announced the IPO a few days ago, so it's going public, and I'm very excited for that. Lastly, we have the number one spot, and that is Chime with an APY of 1%, no account management fees, no minimum bank deposits, and there is FDIC insured approval up to $250,000. Chime is basically the same thing as Affirm, except they do have a slight edge because you can access Chime's account on the desktop, and they do have a mobile check deposit feature that Affirm doesn't have to offer. And those are my top 5 high yield savings accounts of November 2020. All links are down in the description below if you guys are planning to open up a high yield savings accounts. I would recommend one because having a traditional savings account will barely pay you any interest, and inflation devalues your money over time. So the best way to hedge against inflation is just to stick it in a high yield savings account, and it has no risk whatsoever. And a perfect example would be an emergency fund in a high yield savings account, because literally the money is just sitting in there, so you want to maintain that value whenever you pull that money out. Other than that, this is just an update on the best high yield savings accounts as of right now. But if you guys found this video useful, just make sure you hit that like button, make it turn blue. It massively helps out my channel, and it literally takes 3 seconds. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell if you want to keep up to date with all of my videos. Make sure you follow me on Twitter and TikTok if you want to see more content. And if you want 2 free stocks on Webull, link down in the description below. Sign up, create an account, deposit $100 and get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400. And I'll see you guys in the next video.